Hi, everyone, and welcome to your second lecture for the first week of technical writing. This will be our last lecture for the week because I also had the syllabus video for this week, and I don't want to overwhelm you too much. So, what I want to do in this video is just show you some examples of technical writing because in the last video I talked about it, kind of theoretically and in in academic kind of terms, and I just want to show you what technical writing looks like, not only in the real technical expertise kind of writing, but also in everyday kind of writing. So here I'm going to share this browser window with you, and we'll go through everything on here. But the first thing up is this strategic plan for what's called the Tech Council of Delaware. The Tech Council of Delaware offers workforce development for new technologies that are developed in this region or that are being brought to this region. So here's their strategic plan. This is probably what you were thinking about in terms of technical writing. I mentioned some of those features. One of them was readability, so we get a nice table of contents. So if I want to go to any particular part of this document, I don't have to read the entire thing. If I'm interested just in the direction and the vision, I can go directly to that, and I know the page number. We have strong headings, right? Table of contents. You'll see on each page, introduction, overview. These are those like readability organization kind of things you see in a piece of technical writing. That again is different from a from an academic essay. In your other courses, you probably didn't design out a table of contents like this. You probably don't have a heading for every single page and what it covers. The other thing I said is that it's scannable. So if we kind of just look at some of the some of the sentences in here, and I can zoom in a little bit for you. But yeah, if we're just scanning this, we read the first sentence. The Tech Council of Delaware is thrilled to unveil its strategic plan and reinforce its role as a vital contributor to develop Delaware's tech ecosystem. And we go to the last sentence. Delaware's tech future is bright. In an era where the demand for technical skills is ever growing, supporting tech workforce development is more important than ever. If we're just scanning and reading these sentences, we basically understand what the point of this piece is. So that's what I mean by scannability. In the places where you'd expect, you see the information that really guides you in the best way. So yeah, those are some markers that tell us, hey, this is a piece of technical writing. Another thing I mentioned is contrast. So here on this page, they've swapped the contrast. It used to be a light background, dark text, but they want to make this stand out. So they gave it a dark background with light text. So they played with the contrast a little bit. Again, not something you really see in your academic writing, but something you see everywhere in technical writing. Other stuff I mentioned was the use of things like bullet point lists. You see here a numbered list that makes, again, the information just put in smaller chunks that's easier to pull out and easier to read. Again, here's a goal, here's a couple objectives. Again, just really, really nice work of using the headings, using lists that, again, if I don't feel like reading this whole document, I can kind of find one thing at a time. Here's some stuff I don't like. They did use contrast, some bolding on the text at the beginning of stuff here. If it's at the beginning of a line, sometimes it already naturally stands out. So sometimes it's a good idea to bold stuff that's kind of in the middle of a bunch of text in order to make it stand out. Last thing I think I mentioned on the other one was again use of tables, things like that that just make everything kind of stand out and easier to read rather than just in plain text. If you remember from the last video, I put a question mark next to graphics. If you scan this whole document, there aren't really any graphics. We have stuff from the social media pages at the very end, but no like graphics that give us an idea of what their projects look like or anything like that. Again, that's kind of just an illustration. It doesn't really tell us anything. So, again, that's the kind of markers we look for that tells us that something is technical writing. Now, in this video, I titled our PowerPoint, and I'll put it up online. Our PowerPoint is called Everyday Technical Writing. Now, again, this might be what you pictured in your head, but technical writing really is a lot simpler. You'll see it every day on social media. For example, this is a Blue Sky thread. Twitter used to do the same kind of thing, but I don't have an account, so I can't see Twitter posts anymore. But yeah, here's Blue Sky. Again, they're putting out an app version that's changed. They tell us, hey, this is 1 out of 6 tweets, so we see a nice numbered list. Again, they want to make it simple to understand, so we have a bit of a graphic with a bullet point list rather that makes it easier to understand. Everything comes with a little visual that kind of guides us through what's going on. Even here, they took a screenshot of the interface itself, and then they kind of just put some thank yous at the end. But again, nice kind of headings using the platform itself to do the work of the technical communicator, so it doesn't have to be a long, complicated document like this. Instead, they said, hey, let's just put it right in blue sky. And so, yeah, that's an example of technical writing maybe you'll see every day in your life. I pulled out some YouTube videos because they definitely use elements of technical communication. This guy's going to teach us how to tie a tie.
Cross the wide end over the narrow end, making an X. Grab hold the center of the X. Step 1 is behind. Take the wide end of the tie and make it go behind the tie hole. The back of the tie should now be showing. Step 2 is in. Take the wide end of the tie and make it go in the tie hole.
Okay, we're not going to watch the whole thing. But already, you see that it's got graphics, it's got illustrations for everything going on. If I rewind the captions a little bit, you would see that it said, hey, step 1, step 2, and they were bold. And even here, they played with the captions a little bit and said, go in the tie hole. So they were thinking about contrast. They made it stand out by making it all caps. We have some technical terminology. I guess tie hole is a technical term. Maybe we learned something new. Like I said, it's not always rocket science and workforce development. Sometimes technical writing is really basic kind of stuff. Here's another video. This one a little bit more technical. This is for if you're playing ice hockey, how to break out of your own zone. So again, we're not going to watch the whole video, but we'll watch the first couple seconds here.
All right, so in this video, we're going to go over some tips and techniques for wings in terms of breaking the puck out, okay? So how to get yourself in better position during the breakouts, create a little bit more time and space for yourself, and make effective plays so that when you get the puck, you're able to get your head up and make plays, all right? So first,
we'll pause it there. Here, I'll bring it back just one more second. But yeah, he goes through step by step. Hey, what we're going to learn is these very specific things about particular positions of hockey and what they need to do in a particular play. Something I wanted to point out, you do need technical expertise to understand this video. You would need to understand that this is a hockey rink and what all these lines mean. He goes through and he uses technical terms like wings and defensemen in order to describe the play. And then also another thing I wanted to point out was they didn't focus as much on the captions, right? He's talking about plays and it has plans, and you'll see typos kind of throughout here, throughout the video if you go back and watch the entire thing. And so, what's going on is a piece of technical communication, but maybe they could have spent a little bit more time on their captions the way the other video did. In order to make it a little bit more clear about what each step is and what's going to go on in each. He'll illustrate this. So in each graphic, what's really going on, maybe for viewers who are more hard of hearing or deaf even that need the captions in order to understand what's going on. So again, uses technical graphics, uses technical words. We would consider this a piece of technical communication as well. And again, it's just kind of an everyday video that you might watch if you're into the sport or if you play the sport. Other pieces of technical writing you'll see are about me pages. So here's my website, Me with a Beard, from my own consultancy that is rooted in technical and professional comm. A quick about me, written in very plain, simple sentences. You see that active voice, like I mentioned in the first video. It's got a very distinct style, right? Bill Repetto combines expertise in technical and professional communication with a proven track record in grant facilitation. Very simple sentence, very active, one subject, one verb. A PhD candidate in English, an award-winning innovator, Bill has helped numerous clients navigate competitive grant processes. Again, you hear it's a very simple style. It's not like academic writing where maybe you're using bigger words to try to sound smart. You're just kind of informing the audience, hey, this is who I am. So other places online where you might see technical writing, here I have Sabrina Carpenter's official store. If I went on and I got a man-child hat and I wasn't sure about when it was arriving or something like that, we again see like nice clear headings with clear questions that need answers. Now, if I click one, does it take me directly to where I need to be? Not really. It kind of gives me this big list. So again, we see it's not really the best piece of technical writing that could be out there. Um, and it's set up in a table. Maybe that's not the best way to use it. They could have used some contrast. And actually, here is the answer to my question. Sorry, but you see how it's kind of disguised as just another box. So again, you would consider this technical writing. It's very clear and direct. You will be charged, inclusive of any pre-order items, immediately at checkout. This ensures that your pre-order is reserved for you. Very simple sentences, very clear subject-verb combinations. And again, you note the organization. It is, I guess, kind of easy to find your question once you look at it for a second. But maybe it could be a little bit better organized with a graphic or with the use of contrast. The only contrast we see here is that the word orders is bolded, but again, we know that's already the heading. So again, maybe the Sabrina Carpenter team could come back and work on this a little bit more, so we can get our questions answered a little bit easier. But again, you do see those basic kind of elements, right? Orders, returns, shipping, clear headings, clear kind of bullet point list of what I need to find. Again, that goes back to that readability and legibility. Other examples I just pulled out for you to look at. These I mentioned at the gas pump, you see instructions sometimes. I'll zoom in again. Um, but yeah, here's an example of them. You get a big warning so you know why you're looking at it. And then you get nice clear headings, nice bulletproof lists that don't have a ton of words, no spoking, stop engine. It's very direct, very simple and to the point kind of writing, but it does teach you how to interact with something in the real world. And again, if you're not used to the gas pump, it really is a piece of technology, to go back to those terms from our first video. The last one I wanted to show you was another job opening, or I'm sorry, a join us page, I guess you would call this. Here's where I go back to that informing, persuasive kind of technical writing. Apply to the most fun job you'll ever have, right? You see a nice persuasive piece of technical writing up front that replaces the heading. What does awesome look like? And then you get a nice kind of bulletproof list that argues why, hey, this is the best place to work. Then we have nice graphics throughout. This is a video. Everybody's smiling. Again, everyone's smiling and playing, work and play at the same time at Legoland. So again, this is that informational, persuasive kind of technical writing that fills you in on the information you need. Like, hey, here are some benefits I get, but also tries to persuade you, right? Make an awesome difference. Who works here? And it's all bold and happy. The time to build higher is now, right? These are persuasive pieces of writing that want to get you to apply. So yeah, the point of this video was just to show you that technical writing isn't just that first report. That is a good example, but it's so much more. There's pieces of technical writing that surround us every day. And so what I'll ask you to do in your assignment that kind of corresponds with this video is to find technical writing in your everyday life and share it with the group. So that's all my lectures for this week. You'll see me interacting with you on Canvas a lot. I love to join the conversation and be a part of the page. But yeah, thanks for watching the videos this week, and you'll see me again next week. Thanks, everyone.